All right. Welcome to another beautiful episode of Netdicks Movie Reviews. Here I am, Uncle Swag, your wifey's favorite movie reviewer, and I'm here to talk to you about The Circle, baby. That's right, welcome to The Circle. Pretty fucking cheesy, shitty movie. James Ponsoldt is the writer-director. It stars a pretty good cast, Emma Watson, Tom Hanks, John Boyega from Star Wars, Karen Gillan, who was probably my favorite performer in the movie, James Ponsoldt, and known for The Spectacular Now, which I actually really enjoyed. So that's kind of a bummer how bad this one was. But yeah, I like that one. Also Smashed. And let's see, $18 million is how much it cost to make. $21 million is how much it's made so far. So yeah. Did okay. Not very good at all. I was pretty intrigued when I first saw it. I thought it was going to be great. I was like, Tom Hanks, Emma Watson, how can we fuck this up? They did. So here's the first scene that caught my eye. Emma Watson in her cubicle, kind of giving her a lonely feeling. Here, we're introduced to the guy. So from the get-go, they totally botch it because they fuck up this relationship between her and him. Now, watch her acting. I know it's silent, but... Oh, wow, she was shocked, wasn't she, guys? So shocked she screamed at work in her lonely fucking cubicle. And now she's embarrassed. So silly. Yeah, cool little overhead shot. Anyways, Emma Watson, this is not really her bag. She's talking to her friend here. Highway shots, it's all good. It's just that it's a sci-fi, it's supposed to be, that's the whole problem with the fucking movie is the plot. What's the issue? Who's bad? Watch this follow shot for those of you interested in the directing. Yeah, who's the bad guy? I still don't know at the end of this fucking movie. It's supposed to be enter Tom Hanks. Here you go. He's the fucking Steve Jobs CEO who's, I guess his biggest flaw is that he's trying to put cameras all over the world. He's trying to make money putting cameras all over the world. And I guess that's supposed to be some sort of social statement with how we are indeed putting cameras all over the world. But that's his big idea. And I guess that's how he's going to make his fortune. Anyways, he was okay as a CEO type, he did his thing just fine, but definitely not evil. He was nice the whole time. Here's throwing Finn in here, another fuck up, throwing Finn in, John Boyega, because he's in here for like 3 scenes, and it turns out he's the CEO of the company, or the founder of the company, and he has almost no impact on the whole movie. Oh, she's crying. Great. I did kind of like this shot. Just a little. Did I even? What does it do? It just fades out. The directing's kind of boring the whole movie. Here's a little statement they make. Oh, look, they're in the Circle, which is, I guess, the company. I guess the company's called True You. But these guys are basically trying to get her to join a cult. It almost is like with the dialogue. They're like, I don't know. I guess I could turn the volume up and let you hear it, but it ain't nothing crazy. They're just talking about how she needs to log her hours and be very committed with the team, and how they need to know all about her family's medical history, and just kind of creepy stuff that kind of gets you weird, but they're nice enough, and she's a fucking adult. I don't know. They're making a stretch here. Here is actually probably my favorite scene of the movie. Only because, and not because it's even great, just because it's one cut. Just watch. The camera moves, boom, from Emma Watson to her friend there. My favorite. I'll pull up a scene of hers soon. Back to Emma Watson. She slurps it down. Here's the doctor. I don't want to keep naming things that fucking pissed me off about the movie. That it's mostly a genre thing. Why would you make the most boring sci-fi movie ever? Why would you make a sci-fi that has no apparent problem? Here's another scene. I kind of like this one. Follow behind with the dark, the focus in the background instead of the foreground. Here's where Finn is going to tell her that he's the founder of the company at age 25? When did he found it? It's a fucking $1 billion company. Did he found it when he's 15? I guess maybe he's supposed to be Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg, if you watch the movie about Facebook, which, that's funny, there is one. If you watch a fictional movie about Facebook and Zuckerberg was that old, you'd probably be like, no fucking way. He's a billionaire. 100 billionaire, probably. Here's look, they're having an argument and all of a sudden the iPads come out. I guess, maybe, I don't know. They make technology so culty, which I'm all for too. Don't get me wrong. I fucking love roasting technology. It's one of my favorite things. And they do a terrible job of it. Like, why would they do such a terrible job of one of my favorite things? Cool over-city shot followed by this overhead shot. Ponsolt ain't terrible. I'm not giving him good scores for this, mostly just because I feel like some of his decisions led to horrible fucking movies. A horrible movie. Here, May Holland, the one good thing the plot has going for it is that at one point they turned Emma Watson into the center face for the cameras everywhere revolution, and that was pretty good. So now this is her. Tom Hanks just said, hey, you're the new face of this. So now she's live 24/7, and it kind of starts to suck her up. She becomes a celebrity, 13 million followers. I don't even really like how they portray the fucking circle with all the text all around them and stuff. Here's her friendship falling apart as she gets famous, and here is the worst scene in the whole movie, which is when she stands up in the boardroom as a fucking 22-year-old intern who's basically a phone teller and pitches a boring fucking idea that is no different than any idea any stoner has ever created. And she pitches it, and Tom Hanks loves it. Here she's about to fucking kill her best friend. I know it sounds bad when I say it that nonchalant, but look at this. No! Fuck that. You got no suspense out of that. And here's the catch-22 ending, where she puts it all back on Tom Hanks, who was never really the bad guy to begin with. But look at her. She does kind of look like a CEO, I guess. I guess that's the point of it. Emma Watson, she ain't terrible. She wasn't great, though. Don't make that mistake. She was not great in this movie. So, final thoughts, man. This movie was fucking dog shit. One of my least favorite sci-fis I've ever seen. I'd probably rather watch most of the sci-fis on the fucking daytime sci-fi channel. Before I get cut off, I want to say I gave this a 4.4 overall. Its lowest being The Impact. I maybe should have given it a 0. It gave me a little bit to think about with, just because I'm a sucker for roasting the internet. But it got such a negative score, such a low score for Impact because it did such a poor job with such an easy topic, I think. I really think there's so many directions they could have gone with roasting technology, and the fact that they chose this one reflects poorly on James Ponsolt, man. He's the writer-director. Like, who else can I really roast? So that's it. A 4.4 out of 10. One of the lower ones I've ever given, and I hated this movie. Thanks for tuning in. This is Netdicks, fam. Uncle Swag, out.